Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I thought it would be fun to come on New Year's Day, day one of 2024, and just kind of, I don't know, get together with you guys and tell you what my plans are. I think sometimes we get caught up with like making New Year's resolutions or New Year's intentions or whatever. And a lot of times mine falls short. I don't know about you. So I'm going to try something different this year. Hey, Stevie. Hi, Diane. Welcome, welcome. So what I thought I would do is just kick off my first quarter with you guys. And I did a lot of soul searching and I have so many things I want to do, but I'm a one woman band, which is my problem because there's one of me and there's like 10 things I want to do. So I think I've come up with a solution to that. Let me just say hi to Linda Lee. She is watching from her from bed with her hip surgery. So um, I really send you speedy wishes or not speedy wishes, but wishes for speedy recovery, Linda Lee. Thank you guys. Oh my goodness. Uh, there's hey Diane Jeffries taking a break from laundry to come down and taking down decorations. Oh, thank you for taking a break. Hey Cindy. Hey Connie Russo. Hi Sandra and Rebecca and Sonia and Sarita. I hope I spelled that right. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. Happy New Year, everybody. So, hey, Barbara, welcome. All right. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is I totally screwed up because I wanted to simultaneously send out my newsletter, post my new classes, and announce them all at the same time. And as it worked out, I screwed up my New Year my class posts, so those came out way before, and then my newsletter came out at 1, so it wasn't as synchronized as I had hoped. It's hard to connect everything because I need links for the newsletter, so I have to make the posts, and then it just becomes this whole thing. So it's all up and ready now. So the first thing I want to talk about is, well, the first thing I want to do is also welcome Julie and Phyllis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Cindy, welcome. So the first thing I want to do is introduce my 2 fitting classes that I'm going to be doing in January and March. So, hey Karen, Happy New Year. So what I decided is I did a lot of traveling last year, and what I realize is when I travel to the West Coast, for example, to a big event like So Expo, it took a whole week of my time. And while I had an amazing time there, and I think anybody who is interested in going to So Expo should definitely go, I did encourage a few people to teach there this year. But for me on the East Coast, it's a lot of time. And so I decided instead of going to So Expo, I am having my first in-person 3-day pants fitting event, and I'm having it in my hometown in Manchester, Connecticut. It's going to be at the Hampton Inn in Manchester, and that's about a 25-minute ride from the airport. So it's really convenient to get to. Once you're at the Hampton Inn, they have a yummy free breakfast. I'm going to be providing lunch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're going to hang out and have fun and go to dinners too. So dinners are not included, but we're going to organize group dinners. And it's going to give us the time to really fit pants. What I've noticed is when I teach a 1-day or 2-day pants fitting class, it's very hectic. And a lot of times students, they get finished, but then they have to like regroup. And I find myself doing follow-up Zoom pants fitting sessions after the fact. Now, I will be doing a follow-up Zoom pants fitting get together after our after the 3-day event. So I still will be doing that, but I think it's going to be a much nicer pace. To have that third day is going to give us some breathing room. It's going to allow us to take our time, really enjoy the process. So if you're interested in fitting pants, I hope you'll join me for my first ever in-person pants fitting class that I'm hosting myself. And to celebrate, one person is going to get it for free. I'm literally going to pick a name out of the hat for the people who are there, and one person is going to get refunded the price of the workshop. And I'm very excited about that. And I really feel like I want to give back all the time. And so I want to give someone a chance to get the class for free. Let me just stop and say hi to Sylvia. Happy New Year, Sylvia. Happy New Year, Joy. Nina says, Syracuse, New York, would you be willing to share the video regarding the shoulder dart? It also shows how to add more room across the back without a center seam. It was a fairly recent one. Or are you asking me to share it during this live, Nina? Because I don't think I don't know how to do that. But I can put a link to it in the description below after I get off. I can do that. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kim. Karen says, wow, so nice. And Lois says, hi, Jen. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lois. So I'm really excited about that. I'm only taking 12 students. So please, if you want to join me, don't wait to register, because I would hate for somebody to not get into the class if, it fills. I have no idea if people are even going to sign up. I'll be completely honest with you. Nina's, okay. So Dimple73 would like to know the class price. I've priced it at $750, and that includes lunch, all 3 days, snacks, and 3 days of pants fitting with me. It also includes the pattern. It also includes fabric to make your test garment. The only thing that's not included is if you want to bring pants fabric to cut out and start working on your first pair of pants on Sunday. And also you need to make a pants fitting waistband ahead of time, so we don't have to spend time during the 3 days to make pants fitting waistbands. So that's that. And if anybody is interested in it, I did reserve a block of rooms at $159 a night, but I went on like hotels.com, and I noticed that right now those rooms are like $122. So if you're thinking of coming and you check a travel app, you might be able to get it for less money than what they gave me the block of rooms for. So, okay. Oh, did I tell you the dates? The dates are going to be March 8th, 9th, and 10th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you can get in on Thursday night, that would be perfect, because then we can hit the ground running. And we're going to work on this. We're going to work on pants, 9 to 5 with lunch breaks. But I will be catering in lunch for everybody. So if anybody does sign up and they have any food allergies or restrictions, please email me. When you register for class, you get a whole information sheet with all the information, and also my email. So if you want to ask me questions, you can. Sandy says, Happy New Year from Colorado. Jenny says, howdy, good health to all of you. Jen, you are the best. Well, thank you so much. And I wish you good health too. And everybody good health, joy, and happiness for the new year. I'm like super excited to, have a wonderful year. That's what I'm hoping for. So, hey, Diane Fetters, welcome, welcome. So that is the first event. It's going to be March 8th, 9th, and 10th. It costs $750. It includes lunch, all 3 days, snacks. It includes the pattern. It includes the fabric to make the muslin. And if anybody is traveling and they're flying in and they don't want to bring their machine, please let me know, because I do have a couple machines that I will bring with me, so you don't have to pack your machine, because I know that can be a pain if you're traveling. I have 2 machines I can bring, and if I have to rustle up some more, I probably can find them. So it's going to be a quality time spent on pants fitting 3 days in a row with me. I mean, I don't know. I hope you think that's a plus. And also, the Hampton Inn is right next door to Joann Fabrics and a whole plaza. So we will be going to Joann Fabrics so we can look at different pants fabrics and we can talk about how they fit differently. So we will be making a little fabric field trip to Joann Fabrics to look at some of the fabrics, and then we can, research different things, and we can look at different fabrics, and we can see how they're going to drape and they're going to fit too. So I'm kind of excited about that. Hi, Alma. Happy New Year from Guatemala. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Victoria. Happy New Year. So that's class number 1. That's in March. And then I'm just going to roll back to this month. I got a lot of requests for a jean fit workshop. I didn't do one last year, so on January 20th and 21st, I'm doing a Zoom jean class, okay? And that's going to be 4 hours Saturday, 4 hours Sunday. And at the end of that class, I will also organize a follow-up Zoom session. So for any Zoom class you take with me or any in-person fitting class you take with me, I'm going to be offering a follow-up Zoom session in case things happen after you leave and you didn't quite finish, or if something comes up that you didn't think to ask me. Hey, hi Bonnie from Alberta, welcome. And Connie says, is this for making jeans? This is for fitting jeans. So we're going to be working on fitting jeans during the Jean Fit workshop. And I have lots of tutorials that I'm going to collect up and share links with you during the class, where I've shown how to do a lot of construction steps on my YouTube channel already. So, I'll have information about making jeans as well as fitting jeans during that workshop. So those are the 2 classes that I'm offering in the first quarter. I'm also teaching pattern grading and how to adjust a non-stretch pattern for stretch fabric on Pattern Review. And if you have my newsletter, there are links to those classes in there. I'm flying away to Walnut Creek, California to teach for I think it's Costa Contra or Contra Costa ASG chapter in Walnut Creek. So I am doing that in February. So that's my teaching for the first quarter. Connie says, is the 3-day in-person class jeans also? It's pants, but you can use all of the same techniques to everything I'm going to show you in the pants fitting class that's in person can be used for jeans as well. And actually, you know what? We're going to be there in person. There's only going to be 12 students. If anybody would rather work on jeans in the in-person class, we can do that, because 12 people is a luxury for me. I don't know if you've been in any of my classes when I teach at the National ASG Conference or when I teach for ASG groups. Those class numbers are 20 and higher. So to have 12 people in a room, it's going to be a luxury experience for everybody involved, because we'll have plenty of time to work with each person. And I think there's going to be a lot of good learning going on, because we're going to slow down and take our time. So I'm really, really excited. Judy says, hi from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm watching this from work. Explains why I'm a little late. Welcome, welcome. Sorry you have to work on New Year's Day. Of course, I'm working on New Year's Day, so I guess. Oh, Ginny wants to know what type of machine. So you do need a basic sewing machine to sew your muslin together. And again, I do have 2 that I know I have, and I could get a couple more if I need to, if people don't want to bring their own sewing machines with them. It's not a lot of heavy sewing, but on Sunday, okay, so students tend to work at their own pace. Some people are very quick. Some people fit fast. Some people take longer. So if anybody is, thinking, ooh, maybe I want to cut out and start working on my first pair, we can do that as well. So you just want to bring the supplies to cut out your first pair. We can sew the front pockets. We can sew the cut on fly on Sunday. Oh, yes. Yes, Ginny, straight stitch is all you need. I'm sorry, straight stitch. So, so if you want to bring fabric for your first pair, you can. If you get here and you realize that you're going to have time on Sunday and you want to buy some fabric on Saturday or Friday, I can take it home and wash it for you so it's pre-washed. So there's not even any pressure to bring fabric with you because you can get some at Joann's to make your first test pair after your fit muslin is finished. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to make it extra special. And remember, one person's going to end up getting it for free. I'm going to draw names and pick a lucky person at dinner on Friday. So very excited about that. And because I'm in a celebratory mood, I'm also going to give away one of the Zoom jean fitting class seats away for free as well. So during the first class on Saturday, the 20th of January, I'll pick a name and that person will get refunded the $200 fee for that. So very, very excited about all this stuff. Hey, Kristen. All right, so Judy says, so this is not an online class. I guess I won't be able to attend. Well, I have one that's in person in March 8th, 9th, and 10th, 3-day pants fitting. I also have an online Zoom class. It's going to be this month on Saturday and Sunday, January 20th and 21st. That's a Zoom class, so anybody can come from anywhere in their PJs, well, before you start fitting. I do want to say one thing that I did not put in the supply list. We are going to be working with a single leg muslin to start, so you want to wear something you're comfortable in with only one pant leg. So boy short underwear, bike shorts, short leggings. Long leggings tend to grab the muslin fabric, and I've actually had some students wearing leggings in a class and then they had to take them off and work without them because it was hard to get the fabric to stop grabbing the legging. So like I said, there's two opportunities. One is Zoom and one is in person. So I have links to both of those events in the description below, so check those out. Hi, Gail from Ohio. Victoria says, have you heard about the pattern site called Lekala? I'm probably killing the pronunciation of that. No, I haven't. Is that something I should know about? Let me know more. Hey, Patty. Well, Happy New Year to you too. All right, so that's all the information about the for the classes. Yes, if you go to my website and you go to take a class and you go to the upcoming workshops, they're listed there. And there are links to the classes that I'm teaching in the newsletter that just came out today at 1 o'clock. And there are links in the description below for the fitting classes I'm doing. So there's all those places. All right, so that is my little happy dance about my classes I'm offering. Now I want to get to what am I doing in the first quarter of the year. I had so many things that I wanted to do, and there are so many things I want to do, and there are ways I want to do them that I can't right now. And here is my number one issue, and it's a secret just between us. My studio is a mess. It's a mess. I have piles everywhere. And I have projects everywhere, and I'm finding it to be very distracting and very time-consuming, and very, I don't know, disruptive about the way my studio is set up. Part of it is I have piles everywhere. Part of it is I have to spend time looking for things. I can't find things because they're in piles. So instead of starting any big new projects in the first quarter, I am going to be redesigning, organizing, and cleaning my studio. So for FabFit Fridays, between now and when I finish, I'm going to be sharing with you my reorganization journey. And I'm going to make it fun in that I will have ideas that you might want to use in your own studios and sewing rooms to organize. I'll have problem solving things. I'll have storage solution things. I will have layout things. I don't know, whatever things I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to be doing. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to take pictures in my studio or shoot video. I bought a very nice ring light, the Lume Cube. I bought it almost 2 years ago now. Guess how many times I've used it? Zero times, because everything is such a mess. So I want to be able to just turn my camera on and shoot and share. Like maybe we'll have like in studio video where I just turn my cameras on and I'm just showing you what I'm working on or whatever. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the first quarter. All right, so let me just back up here and answer questions. Kathy wants to know what town is the in-person at and what's the nearest airport. Okay, so the nearest airport is Bradley International Airport. It's a 25-minute ride from the airport to Manchester, Connecticut, where the event is. Once you get to the Hampton Inn, you don't have to go anywhere else. I wanted to make it convenient. So we're just going to stay there, work there, and we'll go out for dinners, but I am going to have lunch catered in, snacks, coffee, tea, me. So that's the answer to the airport, Bradley International. Diane says, you're in the middle of the Threads pants fitting class. Will I learn something different from the Zoom jeans class? No. If you're taking the pants fitting class with Threads, the only difference is I help you do your fitting in real time with you. So that class is limited to 10 people because I want to be able to help you fit as you're working. So the benefit of taking a Zoom class with me that I'm hosting is that I'm there in the room with you while you're working the entire time. So you'll have 8 hours of fitting with me. So that's really the difference. All the things that you would need to know are in the Threads class though. Okay, so long-time Russian pattern designer with auto drafting patterns by computers similar to Bootstraps and others. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to check that out. Sasha, can you put a link to that or email me a link so I can check that out? That's kind of cool. Victoria says, you send your personal measurements and they print you a pattern to your measurements. Lots of them are just $2.50 and lots are free. That is very cool. I'd be very interested to see how those work. I do know I ordered a pants pattern from Bootstrap Patterns when I was getting ready to do the Threads pants class for my daughter Anna, and some of the measurements they used and some of the measurements they did not use. For example, I used her full hip measurement. That's how they sized it. They did not grade down for the waist. And then they had different profiles for tummy, like the silhouette of your tummy, whether it was flat or protruding or hanging down, for example. And I really don't feel like they did a fabulous job adjusting for their most hanging down tummy profile, because that's what my daughter has, and I had to do a lot of work to get that to fit. But it was a good starting point though, and so that's very interesting. I think that's kind of cool that you can go get a personal pattern for $2.50. That's amazing. Even if you have to fix it, that is amazing. Oh, Diane says, great way to start your journey, Jen. I'll do the same. Yes, thank you, Diane. All right, Kristen says, love that, need to organize my sewing lounge as well. Kim says, I love the idea, can't wait to see your reorganization. Sandy says, sounds great, need to do that also, looking forward to seeing them. My studio needs help, I need this, says Rob. Lois says, I'm so excited for FabFit Fridays. I have done this 2 years ago and you need a new lift. Connie says, great Sounds great. Could you show how to store your patterns? Well, Connie, you have read my mind because I have 2 things to kick off my reorganization. One of them was shipped to me, and it's a cool tool. So I'm combining my New Year's Day live with my cool tool for this week. And then the second one is going to be a DIY way to store my patterns, or store your patterns. So wait on 1 minute, because I'm going to show you those 2 things in 1 second. Cindy says, good afternoon, up at our shop for a little bit. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Oh, Mama said so, told Victoria that she ordered some stuff from there. I can't wait to see how they sew up. That is exciting. I'm going to find out about that too. All right, Jackie says, I just joined. Sorry, where will the class be? All right, so the in-person 3-day pants fitting class is going to be in Manchester, Connecticut at the Hampton Inn. And I put the address and everything. So if you click the link in the description below, all that information is there. And it's about 25 minutes from Bradley International Airport if you have to fly in. And I highly recommend, if you are planning to join me, I would check a travel app for less expensive reservations at the Hampton Inn, because I reserved a block of rooms for $159, but I looked on my Hotel.com app and they were $122. So, you can save some money there by reserving your room through an app. Oh, Diane needs to stretch her room bigger. I know. I wish my room were bigger too. Happy New Year, Kathy. All right, I'm definitely going to check out that Russian website, Lakela. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm going to check that out. All right, so that's my story for that. Now I'm going to switch gears, and I'm going to show you 2 ways that I'm going to start reorganizing. And the first one comes courtesy of Sew Tights. So here's my Sew Tight thing. And I want you to notice here, if anybody's gotten this magnetic cutting board with the booster magnets, it came with 10 magnets. I've already lost a magnet because I keep them right on here and I put it under on my shelf and then they fall off. I'm sure once I finish cleaning, I'll find it again. But I got this a couple days after Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and open it. And what I'm hoping is in here, I'm literally waiting. I literally waited to open this with you guys, and I'm hoping I'm correct in what's in here. So let me just open this up. I'm pretty sure these are not my good scissors, if anybody's freaking out. These are my old scissors. Ooh, I see a card. Okay, let's see. I feel like this is Christmas for me. All right, let's see. Jennifer. Let's look and see what this says. This says, Happy Holidays. Thank you for your Sew Tight videos, or your great videos using our Sew Tights. Cheers 2024, the Sew Tight gals. Let me just tell you something. I love supporting other small businesses when they're run by nice people. So the ladies at Sew Tights are top drawer. They are so nice, so generous, and so sweet. So look, I got a little thank you card. Look how cute that is. All right, and then let's look in here. No way. I got a Sew Tights beanie. I love that. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold the phone. Look at. This is a nice hat. I'm so excited. All right. Oh, Gail says my crafting area just doubled and I'm running out of room. Oh, I know. It's so hard to fit everything in. Mary says Merry Christmas from Mary C. in Wyoming. Merry Christmas, Mary C. I love this hat. This is a super, I did not expect that. I have a hand knitted hat that I wear, and sometimes it's a little bit too breezy. This is nice and warm. So I got a Sew Tights hat. And, oh my goodness, it is what I thought. I'm so excited. Wait, hold on. All right. Come out. It is. This is the Sew Tights Sew and Store hang stand for Sew Tights. So now I can update the way I'm storing my Sew Tights. So let's look at this. All right, so this is a really hefty piece of metal that I think my Sew Tights are going to love to hang on to here. And this is the stand. Now notice, this is clever. If I wanted to, I could hang this on a wall with the hole, right? Or it has the stand. All right, so let's see. So I'm guessing this goes like this. Look at how nice that is. All right, so here's a cool thing. These go right on here. So now I don't have to worry about losing them. And another thing is I don't have to store this flat anymore. I could store it vertically, and that's a better space-saving thing than having it flat. So I'm going to put all my boosters up here. And then, let me see. All right, look at this. The Sew Tights go right, oops. Oh, do the backings. All right, so the backings don't. So what does that mean? All right, hold on one second. Do the backings fit on there? No, the backings. All right, so the backings do not. All right, so I thought I was going to clamp the back on there too. So see, I'm learning how to use it. I didn't watch a video. But basically, I'll be able to keep all of the backs in a separate thing. But remember, what I was doing with my Sew Tights is I was keeping them in this book, and they were getting all attracted to each other. So this is very cool. So I'll be able to take all of my Sew Tights and stick them on here. All right, let's see. And then I can put my backs. Let me just see if there's any very new. All right. All right. So this is the reality of opening something live. Like I did not like review this ahead of time. So I'm learning about it exactly when you're learning about it. I feel like I know what I'm going to do. All right. So let me just get these on here. Now, of course, you may want to organize them. I love Janet. Janet gets a gold star. You don't have to take the back off. You just put it on like that. Oh my God. See, so sometimes I'm a moron. I'll admit it. Yeah, see? Oh. All right, so see, this is live. We're live right now. So you get to see all my ding-dongy stuff. Oh, actually, you want to know what? Having the little metal backing on there makes it easy to get them on and off. When you put them directly on the metal, when you put them right on the metal, they're harder to get off because they're really attracted. So we're going to go with Janet gets a gold star. So see. All right. Yeah, they're very hard to get off if you put them directly on. So, okay. So now I know what to do. Big thanks to Janet. All right. So see? Now look how organized I can be. All right. So my Sew Tights are going to be nice and organized. I don't know if I'm going to... Diane Diane didn't say anything because she was being nice. I know. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. This is why I will always be just humble Jen, because I humble myself all the time. And that was just a perfect example. All right, so there we go. Now my little Sew Tights book is free of tops. And you can see what else I'm going to be looking for when I clean, because look at this. I am missing 3 tops to my Sew Tights. So I'll be looking for those when I clean going forward. So, all right, let's see. Hi, Isla. Gail says that's okay. We knew you would get it. Thank you. I knew how to put the hat on, right? I put the little logo in the front. So, yay. Oh. Tara says we like humble Jen, very relatable. And Lindsay says I'm catching up late but trying to lose 2023 records. Now it's time to relax and enjoy your video. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Yay. All right, so there we go. Very excited about this. You can see I'll be nice and organized. Sew Tights. All right, so that's the first thing. And if anybody's interested in getting that, you can use my affiliate link, which I put in the description below, to get 15% off. So that's a very nice thing. I like that thing. All right, so there's that thing. Now I have a nude mat. I can just put this away for right now and not worry about losing my Sew Tights. Now I want to show you a DIY pattern organizer. So it might be a little different for you guys. I don't know how. Well, I don't want to make any assumptions, but I generate a lot of patterns. So like when I'm working on a new pattern, I may have 5 versions of that pattern. And it's hard to keep them straight. They get ripped, they get dirty. I hate folding my patterns up into small little packages to try to make them more, you know, compact. I do have an under the bed storage, you know, Tupperware thing, which I thought would be a really good idea. Oh, wait a minute. Diane says put the backs on the hanger so you don't lose them. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that, Diane, I promise. All right. Oh, hi, Rena. Welcome. All right, so I generate a lot of paper. I don't like to fold my patterns. And here's the thing. I'm sure you've heard that pattern designers hang their patterns on pattern hooks. I have pattern hooks. I actually bought the big make a hole in your pattern punch so I could use those pattern hooks. But if you're not making your patterns oak tag, paper patterns rip. And if you hang a pattern and it's wide, it rolls on itself over time. So it's not ideal for me to hang my patterns. Hey, Jason, welcome. Happy New Year. So basically, I've come up with an idea that I'm going to use to organize my patterns. And I'm going to show you a down and dirty, what I want to say, test version. I did not take my time, so I don't want anyone to judge my sewing because it was a little bit messy, but literally I made this, and after I cut it out, it literally took me 10 minutes to make. So it's not a time-consuming thing, but I've thought of all of the things to make it easy to use. I just am going to sew nicer the next time. Oh, Barbara says, yes, I've always heard hanging patterns is useful. It totally is useful. Again, if you have a tried and true pattern and you trace it onto oak tag, you can buy oak tag by the yard. Those tend to stay nicer. And if you can pack them in so they're sort of book-ended together, they'll stay nicer, but paper patterns tend to curl and get messy, and then the holes rip. I used to hang all my patterns on a dress rack, and that turned into a yuck ball for me. So I might still hang them, but I have a protector. All right, let me show you this. I've already made this, but I can show you how you would make this. Let me just switch my view. Let me see if I can get as big. Let me see if I can get as big as I can here. All right, that's probably the widest view I have. All right, so what I did was I bought several yards of this vinyl. This is the same vinyl I use to make my project bags. And actually, I'll show you a project bag that I made. And I think I did a tutorial on this. I did a tutorial on this on my channel somewhere. I'll find the link and I'll put it there. Or maybe I did it as a FabFitFriday. But you can see I made a very nice pocket that has a fabric binding. And then I bound around the edges instead of turning it inside out. And then I added a zipper, right? So this is a very nice project bag. You could make this like this if you want to. But if the goal here is just to protect your patterns and then keep them nice, and if you don't like to fold your patterns, this is the perfect solution, because look how this is going to work. I'm just making myself a little bit more room. Okay, so the way this works is, you can see here on the top end, I have scraps of leather, and I sewed a little leather hanger there just to the back side. And then on the sides, there is Velcro here, and there's Velcro here. And then, so it folds open like this. So the whole top folds open this much. And then I think you can see, I basically sewed around the bottom. So from maybe a third of the way up, I sewed, and I sewed the whole bottom. And then this edge is a folded edge. Okay, so basically I put a pocket here, and I sewed the outer edge of the pocket, and then I caught the bottom and other side in the seam. And what I can do is I can write what is in this vinyl protective bag. You know, so there's so I can see what's in there. I don't have to open it up to see, and I can change it, and I can add whatever I'm going to do in there, and that's how that's going to work. But basically, all you have to do to make one of these is measure the widest part of the pattern and the longest part of the pattern, right? And then I added a couple inches on either dimension just to give myself some wiggle room. And then also if I want to add more stuff in there, I can. And then I sewed the bottom. I sewed the pocket right here. So first I sewed up this edge, and then I caught the rest of it here. I stopped sewing right here, and then I put two Velcros here and here. Okay, so what this is going to allow me to do, notice now, if I pick this up, you can see I can hang it now, and it should keep the pattern from folding over on itself. So see how nice that is? And plus I can see what's in there, and then I can hang it. So, I mean, I'm not going to use one of these for just one pattern. I will put other things in there. That's why I have the pocket with the thing to keep track of what I'm doing. So let me just zoom in so you can see. Let me just zoom in here. All right, so see, the pocket is going to allow me to keep track of what's in there. So I will be putting more things in this one. I'm going to put Anna's shirt jacket. Maybe I'll put, maybe this will be all my button-down shirt pattern. So I'll put my perfectly fitted shirt in here, whatever. When I make my jean and pant protective, I don't know what it is. It's a bag. It's a protective bag. I will make it longer and skinnier so it's, you know, it conforms to the shape, and then I'll be able to keep track of things, and then I can hang these up. So that's how I'm going to organize. I'm going to organize all of my patterns. So I've organized my Sew Tights using this lovely thing that they sent me, and I've organized my patterns. So if anybody's interested in making these, I highly recommend, you know, just getting yourself a roll of this vinyl. You can get it in a variety of thicknesses. I don't recall what thickness I got, but it's substantial enough that you can see that it's going to keep this pattern nice and neat. I may end up, depending on how it acts over time, I may end up putting maybe one more Velcro closure up at the top if it starts to gap open, because I only put the handle on the back side. You know, maybe I'll put like one little dot of Velcro here to keep it shut. But basically, I'm very excited about this because I think it's going to really help me keep all of my patterns nice and neat. And that way I don't have to spend 4 hours digging through my, you know, through my box of patterns I have under my desk. That's this deep, you know, it's this deep and it's full of patterns. So you can imagine I have a hard time keeping track of all my stuff. So this is the start of my reorganization. So I'm going to be making more of these bags. I'm going to be organizing all of my patterns. Cindy says, great idea. You could put a thin dowel along the top back piece to keep it from flopping when it's hanging. I was thinking that, or you could customize the tops of these. So like if I know, you know, I'm only going to be putting, you know, I could curve the top. Like I could actually cut it away and curve it here so it doesn't flop and I don't have extra. I'm gonna play with this. Like I said, this is like my beta version. So I wanted to make it quick and easy to work with. I wanted to make it you know, not something that I'm going to have to spend an hour making one. Literally, once you cut out the vinyl, it took me 10 minutes. So I don't want to make it super fancy. You know, I'm not going to take the time to finish the edges. I just want to store my patterns. But again, maybe I'll cut this so I'll cut the corners off so they're not weighted down maybe. You know, round out the tops. Kind of like some garment bags are rounded off the top. Maybe I'll round them off. But the dowel is not a bad idea either. Like if I need to keep it on for different shapes, you know, putting a thin dowel there could be cool. Paulette, oh, Joyce says, great idea. Can't wait to try it. Connie says, love this idea. Thanks. Margaret says, great idea. Paulette says, I love this idea. Would love to find something to keep the top from folding. Yeah. You know what might do it? I'm wondering what if you folded the whole top edge down one, like if you hemmed it. Hemming it might fix that, actually. Let me see. I gotta play with it some more, but if I do that, let's just do that and see if that works. If I hem it, so of course, I'm just going to put a clips here. Oh, then let me clip it shut. Just one clip where the Velcro would be. All right, so I clipped it. I hemmed it. I hemmed the edge. Let's see what this does. All right, so let me switch this. All right, so, well, this side isn't. This is getting weighted down by the clips, but that may work better like that. Or you could use maybe some how about if we sewed some, where is my, see, I'm not organized, I can't find it. What about my band roll? Maybe band roll around the end would fix it. But again, I'm going to work on it and I'm going to come up with, I'll think on it. So maybe supporting the edge with band roll or horsehair, like a horsehair braid. If you sew that around the top, that would keep it from caving in maybe. Or I like the dowel idea, you know, just sticking a dowel in the back will keep it. All right, so let's see. Lois says you could color code pants from shirts with colored hanging straps. Oh, I know. There's so many ways to make this an easy way to keep track. I'm very, very excited about this. So I don't think folding it down by itself is going to be the answer, though. I think over time it will still droop. But maybe horsehair or band roll. So I will experiment with that and I will let you know. Isla says pocket and rectangle of poster board could be a larger label. Yep, that could work. That could work. It is like a garment bag. It's absolutely like a garment bag. It's just I'm going to customize the size of each one to accommodate what it is. So like I said, my pants and jeans will be skinnier and longer. Because my goal is I don't like to fold my patterns. I mean, you could make these smaller and fold them in half once, right? And if it's smaller, it may not curl on the edges. Floral wire serge to the top edge might work. That's another good idea. There's a lot of good ideas here. So, see, like I said, this is my beta test. It's going to be improved. But I already like the fact that I can see through it. It's keeping it nice and clean. It's keeping it flat. None of the pieces are going to get lost because they're going to be in the bag. Super excited. So there you are. Yay. All right. So this is super exciting. I wasn't sure anybody. Oh, Mary. Hi, Mary. Thank you for coming. I was just going to sign off, but I'll just recap everything we did. So my plans for the new year are to really clean, reorganize, and redesign my studio. And to make that happen this year, because I said I was going to do it last year and I didn't, I'm going to be sharing every Friday a different section of my studio that I have organized, and I'm going to give you tips and tricks for helping you organize as well. So today I showed how to make, this is a vinyl pattern bag, and it's just very easy. It's a folded piece of vinyl that is the size you need. It's sewn along the bottom. Partway up the top, I put in a pocket so I could write what I have in the bag, and then it's open from about a third of the way up, and I use Velcro to close it in a couple places, and I have a hanger so I can just open it up and stick my stuff in and out like this. Okay, and I can make them in all different shapes and sizes, so when I do all sorts of different patterns, I'll have different widths and lengths to accommodate whatever pattern I'm working on. Diane says, how are you going to hang these on a rod? I was thinking I'm going to get some command strip hooks and I'm going to hang them flat against the wall. Because again, I'm trying to keep things away and not take up space if they don't need to. Mary says, I think I'll put a hole in the top and sew the top to together and contour it to a hanger and hang it in the closet. That's another really good idea. You could sew the top and put a hanger like a garment rack. That's another good idea. Excellent. All right. So Barbara says to organize top down, left to right, keep from missing things. I know I have so many things to organize, but I do feel better that I've started because I have seeds for what I need to do. So Friday what's today? Today is, oh, yep, today is Monday. So on Friday, I will share another organizational tip and I'll show you another section of my studio that I organized. So this way I have to organize it because I'm organizing it with you. So, like I said, last year I tried to do it and I just couldn't fit in. Like I physically can't fit in all the things I need to do and clean. So I'm going to combine organizing, cleaning, designing of my studio with FabFit Fridays. What else was I going to say? Oh, the other thing I'm going to start doing is, starting in February, I'm going to be relaunching my patterns. They're going to be rebranded. There's going to be new packaging, extended sizing, new pattern names, and I'm just going to come out with a new, like 1 or 2 every month, because if I wait to do them all, they'll never get done. So that's another thing I'm going to do. So I'm rebranding my patterns. And then clean and all those things. Oh, Mary is saying, are you going to have a shirt sew along this year? I got my flannel from Christmas hubby and then purchased some faux suede for facings and collars and cuffs. Maybe. I mean, I just did 2 shirt jacket classes. I do have a step-by-step slideshow to show all those things. Maybe I can make that available. I don't know. We'll see about that. But I did share a lot of those things in my FabFit Fridays. Maybe I could organize those for you. And remember, I paid my daughter Anna a lot of money to organize all of my YouTube videos into a glossary. This is like a reference index for my channel. So I will be launching that sometime in the spring as well. I have to finish it up. And of course now she's busy, so she hasn't had time to work on it. But that's another thing that will be coming hopefully in the first quarter. So very excited. So this has been very exciting. I'm super excited. I feel like I want a fresh start. So instead of going gangbusters with projects and other things, I will be starting at home in my studio so that I can do things more effectively and efficiently. Tara's asking, will things change from initial sizing? No, I'm not going to change the sizing that's existing in the patterns, but I'm going to extend the sizing to 32. So most of my patterns end at 24. So I'm going to do 26, 28, 32. I'm going to add 4 more sizes, and I'm going to be grouping them in like sets of 4 sizes. And I mean, it may all be in the same pattern, but when you go to grade a larger size, you can't just start from the small size and get to that larger size. When I did my Sorsha Classic Slim trouser grading, I realized it was much easier to get accurate results and better shapes when I graded if I graded 4 sizes at a time and then reset to grade the next set. So I just want to be really inclusive size-wise, and I want to my packaging is going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to look more attractive in a store, let's say. I've heard from several store owners that my patterns are too big of a footprint in that big packaging, and they're not. Well, someone said they look. Someone on Instagram said they looked corny or something, and I kind of agree because honestly, I just slap a photo or a line drawing on the cover and call that the cover. So all of my covers are going to be branded with my logo and a specific design. I'm going to have a lot more photography, a lot more inspiration for each pattern's going to have a lot of different versions to look at. So it's going to be, and I've already been working on this past year. So when they start popping out, I don't want you to think that I whizzed it together, all the photos and all the things that go with it. That's been a work in progress over the past year. So I've been working on the background stuff. I'm just going to dive in and start doing it. So I'm very excited about that too. So yay. So this is going to be really, really fun. I'm very excited. If anybody has any questions about the 3-day in-person pants fitting class in March 8th, 9th, and 10th, please, you can email me or post comments here. I'll help you. If you have questions about the jeans, you can ask that, or anything else, always feel free. The other thing I want to mention to you guys is sometimes I get comments on Fit Tip Tuesday where people will say, oh, I wish I had photos of the before and after. I wish you could show me, what it looked like, or what it looked like before, what it looked like after you did the adjustment. Part of the issue with that is I have a hard time reproducing that myself when I'm trying to show a certain adjustment for a pattern. So if anybody has questions about something they're working on and they send me before pictures of the problem, and then if we work on fixing it, like if I give you a suggestion and it works, you can send me the improved picture, right? And then I can do a tutorial on it and I have before and after pictures, because it's almost impossible for me to create before and after pictures all by myself on all these different issues, because if I don't have the issue, it's hard to create it and then show it accurately. So that's another thing that, because I always encourage people to post questions and comments. You can email me questions, you can email me pictures, and then, in the spirit in which then I can share them with the channel and everyone else. So that's another thing I'm going to be trying to do more of as well. Oh, Diane says, oh, Tara says, good, because I want to buy one. Oh, yay. Stay tuned for that. And Diane says, excellent. Excited about the glossary. Great fun show today. Thank you, Diane. Mary says, I like your patterns on heavier paper rather than the cheap, easy to rip store ones. I know, I like my paper too. And actually, on a lot of my patterns, my printer is amazing. I don't know if Jason's still here. He stopped in to say Happy New Year, but he's the one that does a lot of my printing for me. And he has printed some of my patterns on paper that's kind of almost like a vellum. It's still heavy, but you can see through it easier. It's crisper. I really do like the paper that we use at the printer. So Jason, if you're still watching, thank you, thank you. Also, if Sue's watching, thank you, Sue. Sue and Jason are amazing at Action Blueprint. They're the ones that do all my printing, and I love them. So yay. All right, so this is going to come to a close now, and mostly it's because I can smell my ham. And on Thanksgiving, I did 15 minutes per pound to heat it back up, and it got overdone. So I want to go make sure that my ham is not getting too crisp in the oven for my little New Year's Day dinner that I'm going to have later. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let's see. Oh, wait. Tara says, I was surprised to learn that you aren't the base model for your patterns. I'm really curvy, so I thought they wouldn't work. Oh, no. I have to adjust my own patterns, too. I really try to make them fit the biggest person, not the biggest person, but I try to make them agreeable to the largest range of people as I can. Now, obviously, everyone's going to need to make fit adjustments, but if I made my patterns fit me, I have shoulders like a linebacker. I have a very generous G cup bust. My patterns would be huge on people if I made them based off of my shape. So I always have to adjust my own patterns even for myself. So that's one thing that I really try not to do, because I know it's very common for little independent pattern designers to design patterns that fit them, and then they grade them, and if you look at them, their shape, that's the easiest way to fit. I really try not to do that, because I want to make it as easy for everybody to fit, not just people who are like me. So there you are. So I'm going to sign off now, because I'm going to go check my ham. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking time during New Year's Day to spend with me. I almost thought, oh, what if no one comes? It's a holiday. So thank you guys so much for coming. I wish everybody peace, love, joy, happiness in this new year. Everyone that's recovering from accidents or surgeries, I'm sending you hugs and wishes for speedy recovery. And I just want you to know I appreciate each and every one of you, and I couldn't have J Stern Designs without you. So thank you guys so much for following along with me, and Happy New Year. Right. Bye.